Hey peeps, it's your girl Blessydgazadiva and welcome back to the Blessydgazadiva channel.
You're not like anyone else. You find the way you are. Did you do this all yourself? A smile ignites the room. Singing us up to the time, you know it's Cr3w, representing for Blessydgazadiva. I'm out.
Tommy Lee's lawyer to lobby for his release again. Ernest Smith, the attorney of Tommy Lee Sparta, says his client has recovered from a stomach condition that caused him to be rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James last Thursday. The embattled DJ, who has so far faced 6 question and answers sessions with the police, was due to have been released last Friday, but he remains behind bars. He went to the hospital for observation because he was vomiting, but he was treated and discharged, Smith said. Smith says he would be going back to Montego Bay this morning and is adamant that he is determined to not only secure his client's freedom, but also sue the state. You cannot send a call for a person to leave his safe haven and report to a section of the island that is under a state of emergency and then use that to detain the person. That is illegal, Smith said. 2 weeks ago, Tommy Lee Sparta was asked to report to the Freeport Police Station in relation to the upsurge in violence in the flanker community of St. James. In the flanker community of St. James, most of you already know that Tommy Lee Sparta is from the flanker community, but this segues nicely into the next story. Cops crippling Sparta gang, several gangsters in custody, some giving information. Remember, Sparta gang, everybody know Tommy Lee Sparta, they hold him in custody and they don't let him go, they don't pin anything on him, but they have the gang. Listen to the story about the gang now. Following last Thursday's shooting incident in Montego Bay, St. James, in which 3 men who are said to be major players in the flanker-based Uptown Sparta gang were apprehended, the police say they are now well on the course of dismantling the gang. 2 Glock 34 pistols were also seized. After Thursday's shootout, the latest arrest brings to 7 the number of alleged gangsters the police have apprehended in connection with the deadly gang-related violence which has been plaguing flanker. We have been getting amazing intelligence, and we now believe we have a clear picture of what has been going on in the community and the persons who have been driving the violence. You hear that? The persons who have been driving the violence. Let's continue. Which we have linked to violent incidents in Washington Boulevard, downtown Kingston, and Mountain View in the corporate area, a police source told the Star. We have also managed to establish a link between the violence and the entertainment fraternity as a man. Tommy Lee, flanker, Sparta, Sparta gang, entertainment man. This violence is all linked to an entertainment fraternity as a man. Let's continue. Who engaged the police in last Thursday's shooting was subsequently held at a recording studio in Ironshore, which we have linked to the Uptown Sparta gang. In speaking to the intelligence being generated from persons now in police custody, the source said the information may have had several lives in recent weeks as the police have managed to thwart several plans by the gang, including last Thursday's incident in which the gangsters ran into the police while reportedly on their way to carrying out a hit. Within recent weeks, when they show up at various locations, we are usually there waiting on them. The challenge is they are not surrendering, and this has led to several shootouts, the lawman said. The police source also revealed that with several key players now in custody, who is now in custody? Tommy Lee Sparta. They have received credible information that a man who is wanted for multiple murders by the St. James police has taken over leadership of the gang. We have information that he has given orders for the police to be shot at on site and that for gangsters to fire on Jamaica Defense Force Base, which is on the outskirts of Flanco, the source told the Star. We are taking the intelligence that we are getting serious as our statistics have linked this gang to 43 murders since 2015. People, there you have it. I don't know how much more I need to say about it. So if you break down this article bit by bit, remember in the last video I covered on Saturday with Tommy Lee Sparta, I said, watch what they're doing to Tommy Lee Sparta. This Ernest Smith guy who is again saying that Tommy Lee Sparta has revived from his stomach illness needs to be not talking about stomach illness now and feeling better. He needs to be looking at a second or third or fourth opinion if he's not confident in his own legal abilities. Straight up, Tommy Lee Sparta family needs to get involved in this. Tommy Lee Sparta family needs to be looking for alternate measures. They need to be looking at a second and a third lawyer, because all this lawyer is talking about, they're holding Tommy Lee against his will. Yes, they're holding him against his will, but whilst they're holding him against his will, you heard the second story that I read that is developing in the process. So here they have taken in Tommy Lee Sparta now for 2 weeks and counting, almost 3 weeks to be exact this week. When they have him in lockup for so long, right, they have not pinned a charge on him. They're questioning him. If you remember from the last video I did on this, they can hold you by law for 3 months, 90 days without a charge. That is legal for them to do. So in this process, it's just 3 weeks. So they can hold, as far as the law concerns, Tommy Lee Sparta for another 2 months and 1 week. So they can hold him for another 2 months and 1 week because he's just spent 3 weeks there. So if they have that wiggle room to pinpoint and plot and scheme what they want, why is the lawyer not cognizant of that or conscious that that can be done? The lawyer needs to be to have him brain screwed in and know say that can happen, and anybody can build up a case, because you hear what is developing now with the Sparta gang. The Sparta gang, quote unquote, is linked to an entertainment fraternity in the form of a man. And they're saying that some of the violence or the persons, so them capture, as from a last video, them capture about what? 4 men were driving on or around the airport way in Montego Bay, and 2 of them were captured and 2 got away. Apparently, based on what the police say, the 2 with them capture are sing like a canary. Yeah, the 2 with them capture are sing like a canary or a chat like parrots. That's what the police claim. We not trust Babylon, we not believe nothing what police say, because police will force you to do things and then act and make it look like a you them say I do it, because them either try to say my DJ snitch, like them things that we are punk around here. Never switch. We rather do 30 years in a prison before we switch or snitch. Anyway, that aside, Tommy Lee Sparta, them say the man them a sing like a canary. So you hear now say Washington Boulevard, you know say them kill one Dan down the one scammer down on Washington Boulevard the other day. You know them say Tommy Lee Sparta have ties and links to Mountain View, and now you hear them say them hear about some things in a Mountain View, and them also are talk about other things in the corporate here area. So what me figure them a try to do, and I'm praying and hoping that this lawyer get Tommy Lee Sparta out of the literal lion's mouth, because this is, you can see the build up here. Them have Tommy Lee, they don't pinpoint anything on him, they're not letting him out. They've brought down confidently in the article, as you've heard, like they said, they have brought down or they're bringing down the Sparta gang, just like with Vybz Kartel. Or they're saying Vybz Kartel, the commissioner said Vybz Kartel was linked to hundreds of murders. You hear now the Sparta gang from 2015 linked to over more than 45 murders. This is clearly a case they're plotting against the man, and we know that Tommy Lee Sparta, as him name say, represents Sparta. So what am I trying to say? A Tommy Lee in there a sing for himself? A Tommy Lee in there a talk for himself? What them trying to do, as far as I'm seeing, them are trying to set up the man, and them are trying to hold him in a prison. And Tommy Lee family need to find a second opinion. This Ernest Smith or whatever man, their lawyer man here, not doing job. him need to get Tommy Lee out of prison. Because if them not do something quickly, it gonna get worse. And all of a sudden, you're going to hear say, Tommy Lee get pinpointed for this if they don't do something quickly. I have hear some pinpointed for that, they murder, and this year murder, yeah, all of them something, they boom. In no time, you hear say Tommy Lee get life imprisonment. Or you hear say Tommy Lee get 20 or 15 years. Tommy Lee's Sparta family need to do something. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents on the issue. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button and share. Leave your thoughts below on the situation as usual.